Ooh, hi guys. Ooh, it's been a whirlwind of a week this week. I will tell you that. I am feeling the best I have in months. I had my surgery last week. My friends took excellent care of me. Thank you so much, Mike and Alice. You were amazing. And I don't know how I would have made it through this little ordeal without you guys. And Lauren, thank you so much for sending me a care package. Like, that really helped as well. My tribe here in Nashville, y'all, is awesome. I am so grateful for having that community here. And, I've had a lot of time to kind of sit and think this week. I'm still on the hunt for a job. I do have an interview of sorts coming up next Friday. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have something in the works by next week. And if not, I'll find something. I'm not that worried. Like, I've got a very vast skill set. I can learn anything. I can teach things. I can do practically anything I want. I know that. Anybody can become an expert. It's just the amount of focus you put on something. So I'm really not worried about where I'm going to land. I know I'm going to land on my feet. I might stumble a little bit. Okay, fine, whatever. But we'll make it. And that's the most important part. I also want to say thank you to the people that reached out last week wanting to send me something on Venmo or Cash App. It's really not necessary. I'm going to make it. I know I'll get back on my feet, but it really got me thinking, people want to help. And so if you want to help, watch my videos. That helps me tremendously. If you want to help, I'm starting a Patreon account and I have this vision right now. When I started social media, like 6 or 7 years ago, I think I really got into like Instagram and I started my Instagram account. One of my focuses, I thought we had to come up with a slogan, and I was doing this little, maybe I should have been in marketing. I don't know. But I did this little slogan that just said dream, live, wander. And that's really, when I look at my life, that's what I do. I'm a professional daydreamer. I live my life and I love to just wander and see what happens and kind of have that fluid motion in life. And it keeps me going, and that it makes me happy. But something else while I was sitting here reflecting on the things that make me happy is teaching. I love teaching. I used to teach leadership classes for a Fortune 500 company. That's what brought me to Nashville. I was a senior field trainer and also an associate skills development specialist. So I actually created some training programs and stuff like that, which, it's a passion of mine. I enjoy watching those moments where you can almost hear somebody go, aha, in their head. So, like the aha moments when someone learns something that you just enlighten them with. And it's, for me, there is no better feeling on earth than being able to teach somebody something and have that moment where they're just like, oh, I get it. And I felt like building an online community, because I have a lot of love to give y'all. Like, I am such a hippie now after traveling the country, but this world is huge. It's such a big world that we live in, but it is also so small in the same sense. And we are so interconnected, I think, in ways that we don't even comprehend or understand. And, we're vibrational beings. I do get that. And like, good thoughts and the law of attraction is real. And I remember a couple times with a few bumper humpers that I had when I was out traveling with people that come, and there's a huge space out there, and for some reason they want to park right next to you. Y'all know what I'm talking about, those little bumper humpers. They get it right up on your bumper. They get in your little bubble that you have set up out in the middle of nowhere. And I used to send them such bad vibes. I could feel it. It brought me down. I'm sure it brought them down. And I remember I made friends with, not, he wasn't even, like, this family wasn't even a bumper humper, but they had set up a tent, and I had my camper facing the wrong way, and I was kind of frustrated with myself and the vibes that I was giving out. They felt, and I didn't realize how strong our vibrations to other people could be. And I got in my car, hitched up my camper, and turned my camper around so that my door was facing a more private direction. We were camping in the same spot for about 2 weeks. And when I got to know this individual, he was like, he goes, yeah, me and the wife saw that. And he's like, we were so sorry. And he just set up a tent so that he could have his little office away from the campground that they were staying at. Cause I was boondocking and they were actually at a paid national park or national forest campground. And I just remember him looking at me and he was like, yeah, he's like, we felt that. And I was like, oh man, like, sometimes we behave in ways and we don't realize that other people are picking up on it. Anyway, all that to say, I really want to create an online community where people feel safe and included and have that exclusive content where if you want to have like live chats, we can have a live chat and teach people things and talk to them about things and share experiences and just create this online community where there's a wealth of knowledge to dream, live, and wander, to live your lives the way that you want to live your life. And where you have support and encouragement and a safe space to go to express that about you. And I want to give you guys that. And so I'm creating a Patreon account just for that purpose. And if you want to contribute, great. If not, like, that is not what it's for. It's there to have the extra stuff. So, but yeah, so I just want to make sure that I'm not getting something for nothing, because I'm the complete opposite of that. I want to make sure that I earn whatever it is that you guys want to give me. That's why I'm creating the Patreon account. But anyway, I'll share a little bit of this week and what I've been up to. And I've packed up my camper. I went for this beautiful walk when my other favorite place, the road to get up to it, was closed. I drove out to like North Carolina. And I went to go drive up the road to get to my favorite hike, and it was closed. And the road, I guess it got washed out during like all that snow that came through, because that hit East Tennessee pretty hard. But I was home for a little bit in the Smokies, and I love East Tennessee. It's so pretty. So I wanted to share just a couple clips. I packed up my camper and put a tarp over it. It's out of commission for now until I can get the front windshield fixed and get some of the leaks fixed and the floor fixed. I don't want to take it out on another trip before I fix that damage, so that it doesn't get worse and that I can, preserve the camper and keep it up and running for as long as possible, because I love that little thing and I will take another trip in it. I don't know if it'll be as grandiose as this past one, which I think we don't ever know what's going to happen tomorrow. So you just kind of have to live in the moment. I don't have much from the surgery. I really just kind of shut down during that period, and I'm feeling so much better, and I'm actually getting stuff done. I'm getting my house back in order finally. Instead of sitting here looking at it, getting more depressed about what I couldn't do, I'm focusing on what can I do. So even if it's just dusting one room a day, I'm getting stuff done, and it feels good. This is so bittersweet for me. I love this camper so much, and to throw a tarp over it kind of sort of feels ludicrous. But it's necessary. I really have to get back to my regular life, and hopefully I'll be back on the road sometime soon. Not the best job, but not the worst job. Man, it's kind of a really sad time for me. That looks awful, but at least it'll keep the water out, and it'll keep me going for a few months until I can figure out what to do with it and how to fix it. I was so disappointed over my road closing to get to my favorite hike, but I found the next best thing. I used to be a whitewater raft guide on this river for 5 seasons. This is the clearest I've probably ever seen the water, because they run the powerhouse in the summertime and it churns everything up. It usually looks like chocolate milk. But being out here just brought back so many fond memories, and I'm so grateful to just sit here for the afternoon and listen to the river rush by. What a beautiful area. This is in Hartford, Tennessee. After I left Hartford, I had to find something to go stretch my legs, so I found a little spot that's over by Douglas Dam as I headed back to Sevierville, Tennessee. This hike wasn't super special or anything, but it always feels good to be in the woods, away from people, no matter how you get it, even if it is some flat, small hike somewhere. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh my God, look at this sunrise. Like, East Tennessee is just stunning. I love it so much. We've been spending an awful lot of time at our local parks. Nashville does have some really nice outdoor areas. It's really hard for me to be inside, especially on a pretty day after spending 14 months on the road, where I spent the majority of my time outside. We also had this really strange freak snow that rolled in. It didn't last very long. It accumulated quickly, but it also melted just as fast. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me today. It's been really awesome taking you guys along on this journey. And like I said, I still have plans to make my regular YouTubes every week. I just wanted to fill you in on what the plan is with the Patreon account and how that's going to work for me and what it's going to look like. But I'm really excited about this. I really feel like it could be something special. There's so much to the law of attraction, and I really truly believe in that. And that's how I've manifested a lot of my dreams to really come true. And I just really feel like it could be a great community. It could be something really good. I live my life by how I feel. So if something feels good, then that's something I pursue. And this feels really good to me right now. And so I'm thinking that this might be, sometimes things don't do well and sometimes they do amazing. So it just depends on where you put your time, attention, and focus. And that's going to be my time and attention and focus until I can get on at another job, and start, living one of my two lives a little differently, because I feel like I'm almost bipolar in a sense to where I have two different personalities. I'm very feral, but also very refined at the same time. So I'm just a hot mess. Bless this mess over here. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys. I read every single comment, and I know a lot of people say not to do that, but I do. I read every single comment that comes on my page, and I really appreciate every single comment that y'all take the time to convey to me. I do have one question though. Something I've really been thinking about hard this week is, why is it called happily ever after? Why is it not happily ever now? Like, I want to be happy now. I don't want to be happy after. So that's something that I'm really focused on this week, is like, how do you become happily ever now? That's my own homework for myself, is trying to figure out how to make that current, not after the fact, but now. I really hope to see y'all down the road. And if you liked what you saw, please feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And I have linked my Patreon account down below. It's not really got much to it yet, but I will be building that up and having more content and live chats for you in the future. Thank you guys again. Y'all take care. And don't forget to dream, live, and wonder.